What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I'm tired, boss. I'm real tired. I ain't gonna lie to you, I am tired. Kids, daughters, if you love your daddy, do him a favor. Don't ever buy IKEA shit and put it together. Please, man. This shit'll kill you. Between the 8-foot long box that must weigh, look, we have 450 pounds of shit to get in here to put this whole thing together. 450 pounds for 3 cabinets.
480.
I'm sorry, I've been corrected. 480 pounds. And then you got to put this shit together. It'd been easier for me to build this shit as opposed to press board. No disrespect to IKEA, but IKEA, read between the lines, bro. Anyway, we got all kinds of shit that's going on. I can't even remember names right now. But you know what's interesting? Now D-Law is gone. D-Law signed a $42 million 3-year deal. If they could have got him for, a 2-year, $25 million deal, okay. I'd say, okay, maybe. But I'm at the point of one of the problems we have with the Cowboys is typically we hang on to players too long. See, sometimes you're better off trading players to get something for them before they get to the point where the tires fall off. Tyron Smith, the tires fell off. And he's no longer, of course, playing. Well, he's a free agent, but we got absolutely nothing for him. You could look at it and say the Cowboys might have been better had they took DeMarcus Ware and traded him a year or two earlier and gotten a second or first round pick. I'm not suggesting we should with Micah. He's too young. But the good news on this is, I've only got one more to go, baby, after this one. The good news on this is, with some of the players that we're getting that are getting new contracts, $42 million contract will probably get us another comp pick next year. Hey, a comp pick. $18 million a year? That's a big chunk of change. That might be, I'm going to say, who was the biggest signing that we had last year? I don't think we had anybody sign a contract that big. Tyron Smith wasn't that big, and we got a 6 for him. Biotish wasn't that big. Yeah, this might be a 4th round comp pick for the Cowboys. This is actually great news here when you start thinking about this. I don't know how any of these guys are going to do. Let's be real here. Nobody knows how these guys are going to work out. The funniest thing is, how many guys we have signed that have been former first-round players. The other thing that I'll say that's kind of interesting is, as opposed to what we typically do when we hire the Lawsons, the Dontari Poes, the Linval Josephs, and things, they're usually guys that are, on the way out age-wise. They've aged out. This is the last go-round for them. That the guys that they've gotten, I don't think anybody's over 28 so far. That I think what they're looking at is, we're going to get some guys that have a pedigree or at least had a track record, and we're going to rely on our coaching staff to get more out of them than what they were elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? That, when you're old, you're set in your ways. Tyron Smith wasn't going to change much from what he was. But some of these young guys that you're getting that have been starters, which this is the other part I'm going to say is actually pretty good, is most of these guys have had some starting times. You could go back with a lot of guys that we signed like last year and things that some of the guys have been out of football for a year or two. We brought in for a tryout. A lot of the guys we brought in had been, a couple of hundred plays at most and didn't have much experience. At least the guys that they have being selectively aggressive, and you've got to say they're bringing in a lot of guys, which is kind of similar to what the Cowboys did with Jimmy Johnson. With Jimmy Johnson, they had a conveyor belt of talent coming in. They brought in a lot of guys, and they let go a lot of guys. But in between, they found ones that fit the system, ones that were coachable, and they coached them up to be winners. Now, I'm not going to go here and say, oh my God, the Cowboys, they done great things, man. They're going to, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is I see a plan here. There's going to be strength with numbers. We're going to bring in a lot of guys that have a little bit of experience, that are younger, and we're going to try and coach them up to be great players. We'll find out if it works or not. We'll hope it does, but we'll see. Anyway, I've got the first one of these put up over here. The good thing about IKEA is once you do one, you get the stroke down and the next one's easy. So there's 3 of these to go down the wall, and then there's shelves and curtain rods and all that shit that I gotta put in. What we do for our children, and loving every minute of it. All right, people. I apologize that I'm not home in the man cave live doing instant analysis for this and things, but I came back up because I had to get my suit. I didn't have my suit down in Waynesboro, and my daughter's got to get her clothes and things, and I got to pick up my niece and nephew tomorrow and take them down. So, trying to maximize what I'm doing. My daughter wants to get these things put together and stuff, so it's like, okay, I'm bringing her back up here. We'll go to IKEA, we'll put these together. I'll pick up my niece and nephew and drive back down the road tomorrow. And we have the memorial service on Friday. And that's all I have to say about that. Peace.